translates directly into spots in next season's European competition, and that seems to be the prize most sought after. Liverpool playing in dark. Emil Heskey is sent through, and he is denied, but Bruno Cheru is there, and he scores into the vacated goal to make it 1-0 Reds in the second minute. Minute 10 to be exact. Shay Given, the keeper for Newcastle. Cheru started the attack as he feeds Heskey. But watch Olivier Bernard as he deflects the ball away, but then it rolls to the Frenchman, and he scores what looks to be an easy goal. But Newcastle didn't trail for long. 2 minutes later, free kick for Laurent Robert, and he's well out, but he's going for it.
Here's Robert now. What's in?
What a strike that was. A super strike by Laurent Robert to tie the match at 1 as he beats keeper Jerzy Duda cleanly from about 35 yards out. The ball looked like it was picking up speed on the way in. The goal coming 71 seconds after the first tied the match at 1, and for Robert, that's now 5 goals in 9 games for Newcastle. It was tied at 1 at the half. Second half, Steven Gerrard down the left side, stops and sends the ball in. Cheru with the goal. 2-1 as he finds the right side on Given. The goal in the 61st minute, and that's the second goal for Liverpool, and both goals being scored by Cheru. Good finish to what was a good build-up by Captain Gerrard. Gerrard gets away from Aaron Hughes, and look at Cheru hanging back, and then the ball comes in, and he picks up his speed and finds the corner on Given. Cheru with 4 goals in 5 games for Liverpool, and Liverpool are through to the round of 16 with the 2-1 win in the 4th round of the FA Cup, and Cheru also scoring in midweek versus Wolves. So Gerard Houllier looks a bit relieved, as a Newcastle manager, Sir Bobby Robson, probably isn't, since he hasn't won at Anfield since 1968. Newcastle hasn't won the FA Cup since 1955. Newcastle is 6th in the table to Liverpool's 5th. Both clubs on 33 points, but on this day, it's Liverpool winning 2-1.
To non-league Scarborough, home to Premiership contenders Chelsea now. The hosts heading in with a lineup assembled for the modest sum of $3,684, while their visitors rolled into town with a roster bought up for $202 million and change. And if the difference in league and financial standing between these two doesn't tell you who's expected to win, how about the fact that Chelsea sits 104 places higher than Scarborough in the English soccer hierarchy? Then that's what makes the FA Cup fun, isn't it? McCain Stadium in Scarborough jammed to capacity, 5,379 on hand. Majority praying their side come through as giant killers. But 2 minutes in, it doesn't look good. Frank Lampard hammering a long curling ball at Kerams off the woodwork, and the rebound is fired wide. Lampard just winning the ball and just about giving his team the early lead at the same time, right off the intersection. Still 0-0. That changes in the 10th minute. Jimmy Floyd Hasselbank playing it into the box for Melchiot, who nods for John Terry wide open, 1-0 for the big spenders. Terry helping his team to feel a little relieved. Melchiot doing well to play it in for Terry. Chelsea doesn't run away with it from there, however. Scarborough will battle hard. In the 25th minute, it's Scarborough keeper Lee Walker doing the battling. Here Walker denies Jesper Gronkjaer on a break. Then late in the half, the hosts catch a break. Jimmy Floyd Hasselbank's long-range try is a dandy, but it whistles just high and wide. Ahead of the 59th now. Chelsea looking to double their lead, but Lee Walker will deny William Gallas with a spectacular save. The ball will then bound for the keeper, who settles things down. Not long after, Scarborough really on their heels. Chelsea, however, not able to put it away, and the ball will finally bounce for Walker, ultimately catching up to the ball to shut things down. 10 minutes from time, Scarborough gets a chance to tie, but Colin Cryan's header is right at Carlo Crudicini, and that sets up some controversy.
Kappa with a throw-in. Kelly. Kappa. Oh, high ball by Gallas, surely. Seemed to come off William Gallas's hand, and the
Barry Knight not awarding Scarborough the penalty, but clearly there is a handball in this sequence, as you see right there. Gallas with an arm on it, no call. The score stands. Not long after, this one comes to a close. Chelsea bumping off Scarborough 1-0 in a controversial affair, thanks to the view of that man. Well, if Scarborough had found a way to dump Chelsea, it would have been the biggest upset in FA Cup history, but things did not work out that way. Chelsea outpossessed their host 58 to 42% and topped them in shots on target 6-2. A note to add to your memory bank of FA Cup stories: power was lost in the dressing rooms at the half, Fortunately, TV crews lent the team some equipment so they could see on their break.
Arsenal were up against Middlesbrough in another of the fourth-round matchups. Over 37,000 at Highbury for this one. No Thierry Henry in the lineup for Arsenal. Ray Parlour down the right side, and he sends Stuart Parnby over the placard. Parlour then rolls it back for Dennis Bergkamp, and he strikes to make it 1-0, beating Mark Schwarzer, the goal in the 19th. 3 minutes later, Boro get it back. Michael Ricketts ahead to Joseph Desiree Job. High short side, beating Jens Lehmann, match tied at 1. 28th, Arsenal regained the lead. Bergkamp, the free kick into traffic. Freddie Ljungberg finds it at his feet, and he scores to make it 2-1 Gunners at the half. Second half, Robert Pires to Bergkamp. He would hold, then strike. Stopped by Schwarzer. The ball then cleared out of harm's way. 68th now, and it's a corner kick for Arsenal. It's Robert Pires with the delivery into traffic. Ljungberg the header, then far post Colo Torre hammers it in to make it 3-1. Arsenal comfortably in front. Pires the curling ball. Ljungberg's header does cross the line. Torre just making sure that it counted. Later, George Boateng charging for the ball at midfield with Ray Parlour. The referee felt that was a little too aggressive, so that's the second yellow card for Boateng, and he is sent off in the 86th minute. Arsenal then had time for one more, and this is David Bentley on as a sub. What a chip that was over Schwarzer in the 90th. Arsenal win comfortably 4-1, and they too are off to the fifth. They weren't there. The pressure was on the Red Devils to advance to the fifth round. 82 league places separating these two clubs. 7,356 at six fields, and it wasn't even a capacity crowd. Sir Alex Ferguson, of course it was. Looking on as Chris Carruthers would push Cristiano Ronaldo, and the referee felt it warranted a penalty kick opportunity. Ronaldo certainly made a meal of it. So from the spot, it's Diego Forlan. Stopped by keeper Lee Harper. He will remember that for sure. 33rd minute ball from the back finds Cristiano Ronaldo on the left side. His strike is stopped. The rebound is knocked in by Mikael Silvestre, and it's 1-0 United. Ronaldo's strike deflected by the Northampton defender, and Silvestre right place, right time, and certainly nothing fancy about that goal. Second half, corner for United. Ronaldo the service, and it's 2-0 now for the visitors. It was hard to tell in real time, but the replay shows that it was an own goal by Chris Hargraves, goal in the 47th. 60th, chance for Northampton. Mark Richards rattles the crossbar behind keeper Roy Carroll. Back to the other end we go, and it's a cross to the left side post. Ronaldo to Diego Forlan, who makes it 3-0 in the 68th. The 18-year-old Ronaldo involved again, and Forlan redeems himself after that penalty kick missed in the first half. This is Kieran Richardson, the long-range strike that Harper had to save, and certainly looked like Richardson was having some fun. Now in stoppage time, Northampton still looking for their first. Derek Asamoah pounces and hits the post. United advance with the 3-0 win. No Rio Ferdinand suspended, no Phil Neville suspended, no Ryan Giggs or Gary Neville, both out with injuries. Northampton still saw an impressive display from 18-year-old Cristiano Ronaldo. It wasn't the 8-2 drubbing that United inflicted on Northampton in 1970, the FA Cup fifth round then. But Manchester United does advance to this season's fifth round. So Sir Alex breathes a sigh of relief as his side advances.
And staying alive in this hallowed competition by way of a 3-1 replay win over Leicester in round 3. A win ending an awful 14-match winless skid, and one they hope will give them some momentum facing a Spurs squad that is 4 places above them in the Premiership. City of Manchester Stadium, the site of this fourth rounder, and it's the home side looking good early on. Robbie Fowler taking the long feed, and he will take it and test Casey Keller. It's a blast that's deflected. Keller has to be sharp to make the save, and he is early on. Robbie Fowler getting set to do something off of the ensuing corner. He heads it, does Fowler, and will head it hard to Keller's left. Keller goes left. It bounces off him to a wide-open Nicholas Anelka. He couldn't help but score. 1-0 Manchester City. Sometimes you get the bounces, and Man City can certainly say they got them here. Anelka, right place, right time, and he puts the posts out in front. A little help from the goalpost. Tough luck for Keller. Spurs not threatening much in the first half of this one, though Simon Davies will get an opportunity managing a shot on goal 37 minutes in. It's a pretty good shot. It's a good save by Elgar. Playing in goal in this one. And Elgar holds on tight with Man City up 1-0 to the second half. Still 1-0 City, but Spurs looking better. Minutes after a good chance from Keane, Robbie's at it again. This time setting up the much-maligned Helder Postiga, who does very little with this. And that's why he's the much-maligned Helder Postiga. Not long after, it's Tottenham seizing an opportunity from a corner. Elgar misreads the ball. Gary Doherty doesn't, and he's there to level the contest. Elgar in no man's land quite clearly on this one. Now without much help, Doherty pulls Spurs level. Watch this. Oops. Doherty wide open and finishing easily. And you know what? It worked once. Might as well try it again. Doherty will try and run onto a deep corner. He's calling for it. He did it once. Wants to do it again. And guess what? Just about does. Knocking it just over top of the bar. That's when Elgar says, guys, how about a little help or maybe some offense? And out of nowhere, 2-0 for Man City will develop. But how about Gary Doherty getting it down at the other end, comes back to make something happen at this end. Just when it looks like City are on their way, Doherty breaks things up and makes a terrific play just in front of his own goal. Still tied late. John Mackin will go in on a break with Nicholas Anelka. And Mackin, for whatever reason, elects to shoot, sends it wide instead of to Anelka for the easy goal. City won, Spurs won the final. With a vital 3 points to aid their